Hello, my one pimple and I welcome you to this new video called How to Epically Edit on iMovie. Okay folks, now a lot of people, three tops, have been asking me how do I edit my videos. And I always wish I could give them an exciting answer like,
oh, I edit it on Final Cut Pro, or oh, I use Adobe Premiere Pro to edit my videos.
because that's how good I am at making videos and filmmaking. But sadly, I cannot tell them that. All I could say is iMovie, which isn't exactly appetizing to hear. Appetizing is not the right word, but there are no other words that came into my mind. I mean, okay, here's the thing. I don't know why I'm teaching you how to edit on iMovie or how to edit videos in general, because first of all, I am not a film student. Second of all, I know nothing about film. Third of all, I don't even know if my video editing is even considered as beautiful. But as they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So we're just gonna pretend that my editing skills are top-notch, and this is me teaching you how to epically edit. So let's begin, shall we? So obviously I use a laptop, so let the master class begin. You know, I should actually just have my own master class of how to make videos, but I don't even know how to make videos, but maybe. Welcome to my screen. Okay, welcome to my screen. That was better. That was more on key. So this is a typical iMovie type of screen, right? I named this project. So essentially, when you're gonna start one, please don't look at my face. So what you want to do is create new. I actually have a list of things I want to teach because we have to be organized here. Oh my gosh, I think I need to charge my laptop. Sorry, laptop, if you feel neglected. I mean, you most probably are. I don't blame you if you run away one day or if you allow yourself to be stolen by someone else. Now, as you can see, I already have a lot of files in this type of epic video because it's the same project that I use for all my videos. So in here I have a lot of things like the music, the sound effects that I use, the intro and the outros that I use, the dude screen, how do you call that? The broken screen type thing, just so that, you know, everything's already prepared. So, because my brain is immensely big, I don't know what to edit. So I guess let's just edit the intro for this video. I think you already know how to import stuff on iMovie. iMovie is honestly very easy. It's one of the easiest video editing applications out there, subjectively. So if you want something easy, go ahead, use iMovie if you're beginning, like me. But if you're a pro, then go ahead with the Premiere Pro. I mean, I tried using that. My brain could never understand. So the first topic that we have are the clips. Essentially anything with the clips. Now we're gonna edit this clip in real time. So I know that I didn't like any of these. Oh, here actually. Okay, so usually I cut off the first ones. So for cutting iMovie clips, there are actually two options that I know of. So first is you want to right click, or the two thing, that thing. Let's call it a cursor. I don't know what you call it. I'm so sorry. So you just put your cursor there and then you do the double click. I mean the two fingers, and then you just put split clip. Or if you want an easier and faster way, all you have to do is Command B. And that's it. I recommend you use Command B, but if you want to make your life a little bit harder, then go ahead. Choose whatever your heart desires. So I just delete this using the delete button, obviously, and now it's continuous like this. Hello, my one pimple and I welcome you to this new video called How to Epically Edit on iMovie. So I want to split this so that this will be closer, and then we cut here. Okay, now let's move on to zooming in and out. There are options that you could do for this one, although it is limited, but I think it's good enough, I guess. You want to go here and then you want to go to, you have two options, either crop to fill or Ken Burns. The difference is if it's crop to fill, it's literally just you crop it and that's the thing that comes out. Hello, my one there. But if you want to do it Ken Burns, the difference is that you can make it move. Not a good way to explain it, but you can understand if I show you. So let's say I want to let it zoom in like that, and then look. Hello, my one. Cool, right? Isn't that fun? You know, small things give us so much joy. So most of the time, if there's an exciting thing that I'm gonna say, I cut the clip and then I zoom in, if that makes sense, so that there's just more dynamics. Look at me using words such as dynamics, just so that there's more dynamics in everything I say. So for example, look at this. So this is hello, and then there's just, I don't know how to explain it, just watch it. Hello, my one pimple and I welcome you to this new. So yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's it. So there are also options in Ken Burns wherein instead of zooming in, you actually zoom out. So how do I show you that? Here, we can start zooming out. So with this one, you see that the start is a smaller one and then the end is the bigger one. So if you check, it's gonna pan out, if that's the term. New video called How to Epically Edit on iMovie. See? Isn't that amazing? And then the same thing goes with these things. Like, so when there's clapping stuff, I usually like to have a bunch of zoom-ins just so that it's a bit more comedic in a way. I know I'm really not that funny, but okay, I understand. So with these, I just select all and then crop to fill, and then I start zooming them in one by one. Is there a way out of it? Is there a way to make it easier instead of doing it one by one? I don't know, fella. I don't know how to help you, but the only way I know is to do it one by one, which I know is very arduous, but do we really have a choice? Well, maybe we have, but I haven't discovered it. So now in these things, you can also zoom in on random stuff. So it'll look something like there. And we also have audio effects and video effects. So for example, I want to make the hello a bit more weird sounding. So I go to this thing, I don't know what that's called. All I know is that it looks like a Venn diagram. So go to that Venn diagram and then go to audio effect, and then you can choose whichever you want, just discover stuff. You also have to remember that every time you change the audio or you put audio effects, the volume changes. Oh gosh, this brain could not handle this. Okay, so hello, my one pimple, and so that's how you change the audio. Now, what if you want to put a clip filter on? You could also do the same thing with a Venn diagram and then clip filter. Hello. I know it gets really annoying having to listen to the same thing again and again, but you can figure it out. But for this one, I'm not gonna do it. So after that, now we have color grading. Now here's the thing, my fellas. iMovie color grading isn't as advanced and technical as the ones in Final Cut Pro and Premiere Pro, but it's workable. Now most of the time, I don't exactly color grade anymore just because I already have settings on my camera that allows me to have these types of colors, because usually the colors would be a little bit more muted, not that warm, but for my videos I really like the warm vibe, so I just have settings on my camera. iMovie is not that great when it comes to these things, but you still could possibly. So for example, let's say I have a random clip here. Okay, let's say this one. I want to make it a little bit more, I don't know, man. So you pick this Pablo Picasso type of paint plate, and then you can make it warmer or a bit more cooler. Let's say I want it cooler and a little less saturated. And then I also want it to be a little darker. So these are your something tones, and I know these are your mid tones and then your light tones. I'm sorry, all the photographers and all the videographers are probably hating me right now, but I'm so sorry. So you can also put this there, you can make it darker. Then it now becomes like that. So from being this, it's now like this. So you could definitely change the tone that you're going for if you want it to be, you know, very warm and but if you want it to be, you know, like those chill type of vlogs, most of the time they're cool so that it's very calming and more, yeah. Now we're done with color grading. Now we're moving to texts. Okay, now in this video, in my intro, I wanted to have something like how to epically edit on iMovie type of words. So we could definitely do that. Here's the thing. In my video, in the graduation video, I did mention that I do literally almost everything on Canva.
I use Canva for almost everything.
So, welcome guys to Canva. So this is a size 1920 by 1080 so that it's in the same size of the screen there. I have everything here from the colors and then the weird green screen stuff and this one. Do you guys remember the Mother's Day video thing? Talks about Captain Ree a lot. Now, we have moving texts. It's very arduous to make, if that makes sense. So when it comes to moving text, if you have an iPad Pro, everything is easier. I don't have one, so I have to do everything on Canva. So if you would see, all of the letters are jumbled up. And all you want to do on the other ones is to jumble it up a little bit more so that when it goes on the next frame, it looks like it's moving. So the key is not to move it too much that it's very obvious, but just make little changes. And then you want to make them, well, I find that making 0.6 or 0.2, but here in the more accurate one, it's 00 something 06. I find that that's the right amount of seconds for each of these to appear. And now you just want to copy paste this and then look. Right? Isn't that cool? Oh gosh, I love Canva, I'm telling you. Now we just have the green screen texts. So for example, I want to make, actually I'll make something first on Canva and then show you. Okay folks, we're done. Now I'm gonna show you my pièce resistance. I'm sorry French people, don't attack me, thank you. You know how words just pop out one by one? That's possible when it comes to iMovie, but it is again an arduous task. So what you have to do is to make your finished product, which is this one, and maybe you want it to be green screen or something. Well, it's up to you if you want it not green screen or green screen. And then you have to make copies depending on how many stuff you want to appear one by one. So in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have to make 6 copies of this, put the arrangement of how you want it to appear. So let's try to put it here. Oh gosh, this is gonna be a long day, honey. This is gonna be a long day. So we're gonna start with 1. So let's say how. So let's look for when how begins and when it ends. How to. So there's that, and then the 2. How to. Now after that, select all of it and then press fit and then go to this thing. I don't know what you call that, but it's a paper underneath a paper, and then instead of cutaway you do green/blue screen and then iMovie magic. So it's gonna turn out like how to epically edit on iMovie. Like that. It might not be the greatest text ever, but the point is you can do it. You can make it happen. Some people like to use their phones. I don't, because my handwriting is never good when it comes to mobile devices, so I don't do that. I don't take that path. So yeah, there you go. Now we're moving to photos. There are also a multiple of ways. Who would have thought that iMovie was actually a pretty competent video editor? So first of all, the obvious one is that you just randomly put photos on the frame. For example, let's see, I need a picture of a bee holder because I made a joke about the bee holder, so yeah. Okay, this looks great. So for example, I want to instantly put the bee holder image here, but at the same time, I still want my audio, right? Because I don't want to stop talking, literally. So yeah, bee holder. So what you have to do is do the thingy again, and then detach audio, and then just move your audio down here so that even if you delete this, it's not going to be removed, because if you just put it here, the audio is attached to that clip. So if you delete that clip, then the audio is going to be deleted too. Now I want my bee holder picture at the same, and then just put it here, delete this, and then boom, you have a bee holder, literally a bee holder. So, but as they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's it. Now there are also options that you might want to do. What if you just want the beholder to appear out of nowhere, or just a PNG version? I don't have Photoshop, so I stick with the free versions. So all I want to do is I'll give the photo here, and then what I want to do is open PixArt. And see, it automatically does it for you. Now let's say there are some parts that they did miss out, like the bee, just go to the pants. So you save. See, now you have the bee holder in PNG form. Okay, now let's go get the bee holder over here. Now this is a PNG file. So if you want it to be like this, you want to click on picture in picture so that you could position your bee holder anywhere. So for example, I want the bee holder to just be beside me. You could add the transition, but most of the time I just like it 0 so that it just literally pops out. So for example, say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Isn't that fun? Okay, now we're done with photos. Now let's go to the last part, which is music and sounds. So a lot of people might be wondering where we actually get non-copyrighted music. There are actually a lot of non-copyright sound effects that you can find on YouTube. All you have to do is type in the sound effect you want and then put on the side no copyright. But there's another site. I love actually using this. It's called Thematic. I found out about it from Michelle Fan because I think she is the one behind this, or at least she's in the team. So you just browse for whatever type of music you like. A lot of my music came from Thematic because it's free and it's really no copyright or not copyrighted music. So you're sure that your videos will not get demonetized. But there are also ones on YouTube if you don't want to go to Thematic, because Thematic doesn't exactly have all the possible background music that you would like ever. So there are also some great stuff on YouTube, which is where I get my funny backgrounds. Like I have this one that's I don't know how many minutes long, but it has a variety. It's 22 minutes long and it has a variety of funny background music, like this one, which is the one I always use. That one. And then there's also a little more funny ones. Yeah, I like this one actually. So you could put that here. And then usually make sure that it's not too loud. Bee is in the eye of the beholder. We're just gonna pretend. Cool, right? Isn't that amazing? I love iMovie. To lower volumes, what you can do is do this thingy over here that's colored yellow, or you select the clip. Even the clip, you could do that, or the music file, and then just the speaker, and then you can move it here. Now when it comes to voiceovers, what I always do, because even if I do this, the audio is not that great. So what I do is I just record it on my phone and then put the actual thing here. So, oh my gosh, that is how we edit on iMovie. I know that this is not an actual in-depth type of video. I mean, what I taught is not, that mind-blowing, and most probably some of these are just the basics and stuff like that. But the point is, there is a lot of possibilities in iMovie. No, that was slightly a lie. But you could actually do a good amount of things on iMovie. Maybe you don't have money, like me, to buy Final Cut Pro, or maybe the Premiere Pro, or maybe your brains just could not handle Premiere Pro. Then maybe try iMovie first to test the waters or something. But it's actually really fun to edit videos. Just take your time. I mean, genuinely, just take your time. I mean, actually, just take your time, because it takes time for you to get used to it. Even with the thing, the Command B to split clips, it took me 6 months of having to use iMovie before I get used to that. iMovie is actually really fun. Sorry for not imparting knowledge to your mind palaces, but this is all I could do. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Is it informational? I don't think so. Are we an informational channel? No. So that explains the whole ordeal, right? Now, if you have questions on how to edit stuff on iMovie, I'm an extrovert. I'm stuck in quarantine, so I like talking to people, even if it's just virtually. You can go ahead, comment it down below. I don't know if you actually want to do that. Is it kind of creepy? Maybe. Will I find out where you live? Maybe. Plausibly. Thanks for watching this video. Okay, I love you guys from the bottom of my hypothalamus. I think I need to stop doing this because you guys already probably get where the hypothalamus is. Goodbye, ventricles. Keep pumping blood. You can do it.